Alright, as you can see from the little snippet before and what we're going to do now, this is basically a hand-me-down, module-wise, Corvette. It's my most hated ship, but I figured since, the end of the beta is here, might as well test it out to see if my opinion of it has changed. So let's go and get a couple parts off the Anaconda that I have here, and we'll modify whatever, is left that I have to modify, and yeah, we'll take it out to a res site and see what it can do. So yeah, we will see you guys when we get all this finished. Alright, and there you have it in some sort of a messed up way. More of actually a delayed way than anything else. We have a basically, hand-me-down A-rated-ish so far Corvette, and we're going to take it out to the engineers to, finish up, the parts that actually need it. I know I could have taken them off the Anaconda, but, it's just a bit tedious. So we're going to head over there and, see what we can do. And I'm just really curious, a multi-cannon and a pulse laser. I wasn't going to do a beam laser, but, I wasn't too sure about it, like, power consumption-wise. But, as a whole, since I did the upgraded power plant to this ship is, yeah, it's ridiculous. But, yeah, let's take it over to the engineers, which will be a long jump, because no matter if I have a upgraded FSD drive, this thing still, does not really jump whatsoever. So, yeah, we will get over there and, see what it can do. Alright guys, today we are going to be taking a federal Corvette to a resource extraction site after it's been, A-rated and all that good stuff. And as you saw from my, loadout video, or loadout clip I should say, time-lapse right before here, I put it out. It's basically a hand-me-down Corvette, module-wise. I changed the interface, as you can see, to a red, just because I feel that fits, the Federation a bit more, at least in my opinion, as I just always associate the Empire with blue, mainly because, the ships have nothing but blue lightning, but I would just do that regardless, because it's just, I don't know, personal preference. But yeah, so you got this, cool red interface with a little bit of blue here, just because if you look at red, it's like looking at the Nintendo Virtual Boy, which is terrible for your eyes, or at least feels terrible to your eyes, to your eyes at least. But yeah, so we're going to get to the resource extraction site, and yeah, we'll see how this handles and see if I can change my opinion of how much I dislike it, from its looks to everything. I mean, it does have good visibility. I have this front window here that you can't really tell in the engineer's workshop, but yeah, I mean, it has that going for it. But other than that, like, it's just not for me. But yeah, let's head to the site and see what we find. All right, here we are in the resource extraction site. Let's see how many we can kill. Yeah. I think I'll do a time lapse actually, for the most part, and yeah, we'll see how this goes. annoying how hard that is. Okay. Well, right there, I was just trying to, lock on with the seeker missile just because it seemed like the opportune, time for it. But, yeah, it is just being super slow. Yeah, you have to have it pointed just so on this ship. See, that's how I would use missile launchers. From a distance, I would shoot, like, get a couple off, and then I would go up and just nail them with lasers, and I guess the multi-cannon, just because I have that on the ship, just for a little bit of extra damage. But yeah, I don't know. It's a cool ship. I mean, I guess I wouldn't specifically lust after it. I mean, there's only been a few, fights so far, but, just as a player. But this has been a really good sight, actually, for large ships. But, yeah, I mean, I guess I wouldn't lust after this ship as being, like, that amazing ship. It's like, like everybody's been saying, or has said in the past, like, a souped-up Viper almost, or not Viper, Vulture, of, like, what you want it to be, but it's just, I don't know. It's not fun to me. Like, it's a great ship, but like I'm doing this, but I'm not like having like those like oh crap experiences or like that like oh wow that was amazing. It's just I guess business as usual. But I mean I do have a bunch of NPCs here, so I mean it'd probably be better if I was not in a if I went to a hazardous resource extraction site rather than typical one here. But I mean it's power distributor is amazing where, you can fire everything continuously. But, wow, did he just, wow, I think he just got rammed by system security. But, yeah. It's just another ship. Like, I don't, like, feign any interest into this one, so. Alright guys, so we'll be taking on our last Anaconda here if I can get there in time. But yeah, we're gonna take this guy out, we're gonna head back to the station, and we'll see what I think about it. It's definitely going to be more positive than you would imagine, considering that I don't really like ships like this. There's no way he can turn faster than I can. No, you don't. Come on, go down. Ah, come on, get him in the center. Shields back up. This is how it was when I was actually fighting those other two, Anaconda. Although, what the? They just love to ram India. But, yeah. Let's, take him out with this pulse laser then. Since it's the only weapon that can hit him when, he's like that. Is he just... Okay. My shields are gonna go down after this one. Oh! Oh! I somehow managed that one. That was probably bad piloting on my part, but, yeah. Alright. We're gonna head back to the station. That was definitely really interesting. That was one of those, oh wow moments, although it was mainly, you know, NPC rammingness? Terrible word. But yeah, it's, definitely been weird. And we'll take this guy out too, just before, because he came up here, and just looks like he's asking for it. So, sorry. Came up to the wrong area, my friend. And my pulse lasers are... Okay, there we go. I wonder if I can just take him out while sitting here, nearly dead. Where are ya? And a pulse laser. And a plasma accelerator. Crazy. Come on, go down. Let's finish this off quickly. If I can speak. What is that? Oh god. What is that? Sorry. That bright light there confused the crap out of me. I was like, I had no idea what that was. Zero. Oh, what are you fighting me for? Worth it. Alright. Yeah, let's, head back to the station here. Alright guys, we are back here at the starport, as you can see. And basically, my thoughts on the Federal Corvette are, you know, it's a pretty good ship, I like it. And that looks like cell phone receptor bars there, a little heat sinks. But, no, it's a good ship. Like, I can definitely see why everybody likes it. I mean, it has its, you know, pros and cons. The cons being, you know, it not being able to, you know, travel between systems all that well. But I mean, if you fit it with, like, you know, a 70 fuel scoop, it's not that bad. It's just it takes far more stops. Like from, you know, uh, from Dalton Gateway Starport or whatever. It took me 7 stops or 8 stops to actually get over here. And with, you know, the Clipper or the Anaconda, it was around 5 to, I think, 5 and 4 and 6, 5 and 6, something like that, if I remember correctly. So, I mean, you know, you definitely, you know, lose the ability to actually, you know, travel anywhere. I have no idea what I'm doing with the camera here. But, it's not bad. And combat-wise, like, you'll definitely make far more money with this ship than you will with any other, although the cost to get there, as you know, everybody's been saying, is ridiculous. Like, if you'd want, you know, this fully A-rated and kitted out, I mean, you'd have to have, what is it, 1.2 billion or something like that, or some ridiculous amount of money to fully kit it out just right. I mean, you can definitely, you know, do what I did and make a hand-me-down Corvette, but I mean, I guess it's just, you know, it ain't not really an end-game goal since the game is always constantly evolving. But I mean, it's definitely like a goal you can go for. Is, you know, like I'm gonna A-rate the Corvette. You know, I'm gonna have it, you know, be the best it can possibly be. And you know, given that, you know, depending on the loadout you want, like, you know, I have the oh god, I cannot talk today. I have the plasma, not plasma. I have the pulse laser and the multi-cannon here. You can actually not see them at all there. They just kind of vanish. Good to know. But yeah, and I have a bunch of lasers all around, and two in the the class 1 hardpoints. I have two secret missile launchers, just because well, what else are you gonna put there? But yeah, the other thing I really do not like is the fact that this can only shoot straight. Like, that's great and all, but I mean, if you're fighting, a target that's, going back and forth against you, dogfight style, that means your laser's only going to be on them a third of the time. Or at least what I was saying. I mean, it's definitely fun. I mean, not really fun. It's definitely possible to kill, targets that way. Wow, these floors are ridiculously shiny here. But, it's not as fun as I want it to be. Like, to me, it's like flying around, a slightly more combat-orientated Anaconda. But as you were saying, like, I couldn't turn nearly as fast with this as I could, as the Anacondas were turning, which I thought was like, ridiculous because, you would expect this to handle a little bit better, and especially with the dirty drive thrusters. I know you lose a little bit of, I don't really think it's maneuverability, but yeah, you lose a little bit of integrity. So I mean, and I think you gain a tad bit of mass. I don't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, it's a bit ridiculous. And the other thing I've noticed as well with it, wow, I think I earned like 2 million there because I got rid of 1 million. I mean, it's a good ship. I mean, I won't pine over or lust over it, and I'm not gonna go out of my way to get it. But when they work out their naval progression missions, I'll definitely work for it then, as I guess it's something to work for, and test it out, and maybe if people want to see, maybe we'll do like a mini series on basically the progression, and cut out all the the tedious missions, but I guess basically the ones like right before you're getting that change. Yeah, I would definitely put up a video for him because it sounds like something that'd be definitely interesting. But until that time, I'm definitely just gonna keep my rank and everything as it is, just because it's not really worth it to me. Like, all the I guess grinding or blood, sweat, and tears you have to do to get to it isn't worth it. And the fact that I really don't like that you can't look up as much as I would like, because when I fight, I look up to see basically where the enemy is going to be, where they are, and that's just how I fight personally. And I know it's like headgear, but it's just the room here. It's not that much. But yeah, and here is basically, wow, wrong button, my shield strength, if I can hold up here and go to the correct one. Basically, I'm sitting at 1,301.6, I guess, megajoules, as people call them. I don't really know, but yeah, for at least my shield strength there. So I mean, it's not bad. My shield, never didn't drop until the end there when I was being rammed by anacondas and clippers. But that could have been my fault as well. So there's no big deal there. But yeah, I mean, it's a good ship, but it's not one that I really find to be all that special. Like, it doesn't give me that feeling of this is a really unique ship. It's just one of the herd. Like, I guess I had just as much fun with the Vulture, which, I mean, it has way less hard points and way more power problems, since this has literally no power problems whatsoever. But the Vulture just you can actually hang around the ship. You can corner around them. I know this is a big ship, so I'm not expecting it to do too much. And I know these complaints are probably just unfounded, if you will. But it's just one of those things. Like, I expect it to turn a little bit better, twist, not twist, but at least be able to keep up with an Anaconda, since it's based off of it. So you'd expect that to be a little bit of improvement, since the cutter can't really turn at all. So it's one of those things. And I know everybody was talking about how good this handles for what it is and how it can turn up. I just was not seeing it do anything special, at least in my handling of it. But that could be left that could just be to the pilot. So I'm not too sure. At the very least, I guess that's it, guys and gals. I keep forgetting to say that at the same time. But yeah, I guess everyone, that's basically it for this tour of the Corvette before the beta ends. It comes out the 26th here, if I remember right. Yeah, 26th for PC and Mac if you're not on technically the Horizons build, but the 1.6 comes out then, and the 3rd for Xbox. So go pick it up, check it out. It's definitely well worth it. And if you're new to Elite Dangerous and you're unsure of anything, shoot me a message. I'll try and make a quick video or something for you and see what I can do. I don't own this ship, so I really can't do anything with it. So I mean, that's just, you know, be known. And yeah, I go back to my regular schedule here of Thursday, Fridays for releases. Unless, you know, it's like a specific request, then I'll, you know, put it up whenever. But yeah, that's basically it, guys, and I will see you all next time.